Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a Cloudy Sheep, and we are playing Rule the Waves as the US. We just sank the British battleship Hood. Was it Hood? Yes, I think the Hood. Over here by a battle cruiser, a very well fought fight from our side, so that does shift the balance of power in our favor. We have now 50% more battleships than the Brits do, although their remaining battleships are quite formidable, especially the Renown class up here with 10 16-inch guns on a broadside and some super firing pairs on a 13-inch belt armor and 60 knots. That's very terrifying to me, but at least our home zone here is clear. So, for the rest of the war, I think our strategy will be as follows. Oh, and the other thing is we got the advanced, wasn't it? Fire control. Advanced director. There we go. So, we have an advanced director. Of course, it's not implemented on our ships, although I expect that the Monroe here will be asking us in about 2 months whether we will want to finish it with an advanced construction, so that it will be ready in 3 months instead. Lexington here, the ship that just fought the battle, is being repaired or refurbished to new standard, including the better director. Other than that, our money is kind of tight. I don't want to really delay the Cincinnati or Denver class, although that might be the case. So our remaining strategy over here is that we will continue to have a high presence in the Caribbean. I think we'd want to have at least 4 times as much as the Brits do, which we currently have. And then we'll want to probably blockade them in Northern Europe. I think by now it's time that we can try that. We'll also try to remain on station here on the west coast, have a very high presence here to move down or to hunt down one of their battle cruisers, if it ever comes to that battle. We are supporting the Battle of Jamaica, which we're trying to wrestle off the control of the Brits. Up here we already took Bermuda and Newfoundland. Although still, Nova Scotia and New Brunswick remain in Canadian hands, as does British Columbia. So I think what we want to do is refurbish our stuff on the east coast, then move it gradually down as we're replacing ships or as that comes into service, and keep on station the forces that we do have in the Caribbean right now. So, with that being said, let's look what we do have on the east coast up here. So that's 3 battleships, and that'd be pretty much it. So, the Nevada class over here, let's open that for rebuild. Looking pretty good overall, 14-inch guns. So the only thing that we really need to change is the advanced director over here, which should be very fine. Can we increase the number of... I don't think that's worth it. So, with that being said, I think that is fine, and we'll just save this design. Yes, thank you. Do we want to rebuild? Total rebuild costs will be about $1 million per month, so I think in fact that's what we want to do. Same here for the California. Let's just get the advanced director. It's one of our oldest designs, but I still think we, a broadside of 10 guns, only 11-inch caliber, but still that will be worthwhile. So there we go. Yes, please do rebuild that. And the same for the California up here. That's much less cost than I expected. Why is that? Did it properly update? I'm not sure it did. Oh well, still I'm not going to complain. I think that is fine and dandy. In fact, I'm going to halt the construction of the Denver, just to make sure that we are running a bit cash positive, although, in a couple of months I think that will be very much fine. So let's take the turn. Ooh, that's interesting. Although, of course, at another time that might have been more useful. Lots of raiders, here we go, land battle, the support of the land battle that we're certainly going to accept. This is a bit worse. So the Brits apparently moved something into the into our home zone. Probably a bit opportunistic there. Let's you know what, I think. Oh, so these are our latest ships, our latest light cruisers with the turret design. So proper broadside, 6 guns facing front, 4 rear, and a lot of smaller guns. So I think we are fine to destroy everything else that might be challenging us that is smaller, although of course that does look a lot like something bigger in fact. So let's make sure that this is not AI controlled, max speed, just go ahead. Let's see what we got over there. If it's a battleship, then we are a bit screwed. Come on, get over there. Maybe get torpedoes. It is a Resolution class battleship. Not their best, but still pretty bad. Not really a match for our light cruisers. Let's look at torpedo ranges. They are fine. Let's look at visibility ranges. That's a bit concerning. So let's see what we can do over here. Just get over here as fast as can. You have above water torpedo tubes. That's good to see. They're going at 10 knots and firing at the Oklahoma. Which I think we'll want to run a bit like that. Oh yeah, nice. nice hit by a 6-inch gun on a battleship. Mulligan superstructure hit. Bad, bad, bad. Mulligan is sinking, just like that. Couple of hits. Yeah, a heavy gun, so yeah. I would have hoped that it could fire a couple of torpedoes first, but that was not to be. So the good thing is that it's still focusing its fire on that, so I think we might be lucky over here. Come on. I mean, look at the amount of hits we are getting on them. Just, it doesn't have heavy damage. I can promise you that though. Oh, but we took out a turret. 2 turrets, in fact. Well, that's very interesting. But I'd really like you to start launching torpedoes. Just look at the amount of hits we're getting on them. There we go, first torpedo in the water, though I don't think that's enough to sink it or anything like that. In fact, it's going to miss. Omaha being hit the first time now. Just 4% damage. Well, we'll have to see. Resolution class hit, yes, thank you. Secondary hit, resolution hit. Ooh, now this not so great. This is a heavy gun hit. So yeah, the structure here is it's taking its toll really. But then again, it's only 2 guns that can be firing. On the other hand, 2 guns are really enough. What's speed? I think our speed just dropped down way below what we need. 13. The current max speed is 13. You know what? Just go sort of this direction, and we're taking over by the Oklahoma. That's fine then. Did we start a fire on their ship? We did, just by the amount of light guns. So you know what? I'm going to give chase here. That's a lot of hits on them. And on us, of course. But still. Heavy damage, supposedly. Four inches. Can you actually... Yo. You. Go this way. Thank you. Yeah, more hits on them. That's nice to see. Lots of hits on them, in fact. They're down to 10 knots. Oh, but they are hitting us. And hitting us is not great. Come on. It's it's really low. slow. I mean, come on. I know you have torpedoes. All of your torpedoes could be firing right now. Near miss. You could be firing torpedoes. It's not sad to behold. Flotilla attack. Yeah, but now it's probably too slow, isn't it? Yeah, 6 knots. Let's try to withdraw. You are being flooded as well. Good hits on them, but without torpedoes, that's not worth it. Very low flooding. No flooding on you. Come on, you could still launch torpedoes, I know that. So yeah, flooding should be limited now. How much till daybreak? No, it's not. Oh, it's mainly the squall that is. It is day effect, so just the rain. Mulligan has sunk. Yeah, I think we were kind of aware of that would be happening. So 6 heavy hits. Still a bit of flooding on the Oklahoma. 4 heavy hits. Disable gun turret on you. I think you are back in action. Yeah, you are. So that's fine. Still, could you limit the flooding? Just go down to 1 knot now. I know that's very slow, but I think you should be somewhat limiting the flooding soon. And let's go down there. Let's go to ultra speed. There. Let's take reports when we can. Go for an hour. Have we spotted anything? I don't think we have. Oh, it's 5 minutes chance, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Alright. Yeah, heavy damage on there, so peculiar. I didn't think we would be causing that much damage. Just medium hits, but look at the amount of structure damage we might have. Maybe we should have been a bit more persistent. But well, it was a bit on the fire side as well, so maybe we could not have done that much about it. Anyway, we win slightly for whatever reason, so that's fine. Let's see what they got in our home zone. A bit, but not too much. So I still think that we... What are they doing down here? I don't really know. Anyway, we have a lot of light cruisers, destroyers, all of that. Would we maybe want to... I think one thing that we could do is rebuild this ship to also get the advanced director. I think with all of these guns that is very worthwhile. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, not that expensive. Rebuild. Yes, what design might I want to take? Thank you. And losing a bit of money, but that should be fine. Do we want to move up something from the Caribbean, maybe? Yeah, maybe one battle cruiser. Just move the Ranger to the east coast. Thank you. And take the turn. That's not important. Fighting continues. Monroe is commissioned. Though I did think that... Ooh, and here we go. Large battle. British Navy declines, as always. So the Monroe finished, but... Yeah, it doesn't have the advanced director. That's weird. Typically, normally it should ask for that. Anyway, yeah, we are immediately gonna save this design. Yes, thank you. And rebuild you to the latest design. Yes. Just the way it's gonna have to be. 2 months. We can resume this construction, which I think would be fine. And then, so 2 months. What's on the map? Force. There's no British ship on the east coast, so I think we can redesign the rebuild the Lexington, and that should be fine. In the Caribbean, do we want to move anything? I don't think so. I think with 4 more ships, 4 capital ships, that should be a fantastic situation. Fighting continues. I think only the Navy can get by. There we go. Some more stuff. Coastal raid, and they send a battlecruiser. Damn them. So, unmanned ship sighted, or is it just... I think we're just around each other, pretty much. Well, oh, and night is approaching. That is very good for us, though, because we only have light forces, where they presumably have something more. What's that, actually? Port Lucie? Stop. Providence Toss. I didn't think we built one. I don't remember the name, but of course, then again, you know, sometimes I'm just very forgetful. Let's see whether we can find anything over here. Probably not. That's on a weird pattern, though. Is there anyone around? We should be watching for reports. I think we can go to Ultra, because there really doesn't seem to be anything that we can see. Although, you know, sometimes these things last until the next day, and that should be fun as well. And I don't really want to keep an eye on the reports. On the reports, I said. I don't suppose I mean, it should interrupt us if we're seeing something. It's probably just all saves. What was happening down here? Here we are, daybreak, 400 more turns. And bad weather. I mean, still good for us. I mean, if we find them now, we would be in a position to disable them relatively quickly. Yeah, but there doesn't seem to be anything. But now in a direction. So no one really found each other. Yeah. But what had they got? They had the inconstant 16-inch guns. Alright, so that's okay. Just a minor amount of points over there. So with that, let's look at the map. Yes, they do have the battlecruiser now over here. Of course they do. But I think with all of our stuff getting ready next turn, that should be fine. And I need to put on a little bit of a cut in here, so I'll be right back with you guys. My apologies, everyone, although of course for you it was just a second. Alright, so where were we? I think we were concerned about the battlecruiser of the Brits that we have in our home zone. So we could move some stuff from the Caribbean up there, and I think that's what we might have to do. They do have 1 battleship. I'm thinking that maybe the Pennsylvania. I think what we saw from them was the Inconstant? Yes. Which is a very formidable ship, so the medicine itself, I think, is insufficient to tackle that. Although it has 9 14-inch guns versus 10 16-inch guns. So 1 less gun, 2 calibers low, 9.5-inch armor. You have considerably more armor. Maybe that would be sufficient. Although, you know what, I think in the next turn so much of our ships finish their rebuild that I do think that it should be fine to set that up. We will try to crush them. No common ground found, that's good to see. British ship, sinking, enemy coastal raid. So 1 battlecruisers versus our 2 battleships. But they're not around. We just have the Raleigh and the Richmond. Raleigh class was named in honor of a Raleigh ship that was of a different class, which really served us very well, I have to say. It didn't turn out quite as good as I think we expected it to do. Wait a minute. Are you guys scouting? No, you're screening. Can you support? So what's the actual difference? Do you have a different formation on that? Yes, you do. Well, doesn't matter that much to me. You guys seem to be running around funny. Let's make sure that we are not missing any reports. Wait, unknown ship sighted. Okay, there we go. Or we can go to Squad Max. Go down here. Seems to be a destroyer. That would be fine. Obviously, our Raleigh and Richmond classes are still more than capable of dealing with a little destroyer over there. So stop. And you know, watch me get torpedoed as I say that. Well, there we go. Good hits on the from the Raleigh, which does have the lots of centerline guns over there. And there we go, more hits. Yeah, that was the last ship, so they literally only had 1 ship. Excellent, very nice. I'd like to see that. Good. So these guys are back in action. That's lovely to see. That's the California and the Colorado. What's up with California? Are you supposed to be slower? I did not know that. Anyway, that means the situation has changed slightly. They do have 1 battlecruiser. We do have the 2 battleships. Or do we in fact have a battlecruiser now on the East Coast? We do not. I think that's the Lexington. But so you know, we know that will finish next turn. So I'll be very happy to send the Nevada class down to the Caribbean, and from the Caribbean take the Pennsylvania class and get it the advanced director, save that, thank you, yes, in fact we do want to rebuild that, so let's do that, and that should be lovely. Also, I think the Madison, wait a minute, the Madison, I thought we rebuilt that, didn't we? Did we not? Oh, the Monroe. Yeah, okay. Never mind that. My bad. So, what have we got over here then? We have 2 battleships, 1 battlecruisers, but they're 1 battleship, so I think we can peel away 1 battleship from the Caribbean as well. So that would be either of those. So let's rebuild this guy to advanced director. Thank you. Yes, all good. Yes, we do want to rebuild that. Thank you. Let's do that. Also, in terms of light cruisers, these guys are fine. The Providence classes, I think, are also one that do deserve a refit on this ground. Yes, thank you. Yes. Yes, whatever. And all of them are on the East Coast, so I think we can bulk rebuild them. Should be fairly quickly. Thank you. The Raleigh classes, again, I think we want to keep a little bit around on the East Coast for now, just in case we get jumped on there. Tacoma classes are fairly old, so I don't think that they would be too worthwhile replacing. And the destroyers I'm not going to bother about. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that the destroyers, that the advanced director carries or is important for the torpedo tubes. So let's see about that. I think on the other hand that we have lost a couple of destroyers, so really? Do we not have a concurrent destroyer type? Lots of battleships designed, but really? I did not know. Oh well, let's Well, we are earning some money. Not enough to... Well, maybe enough. Let's resume the construction on the Rhode Island, which is a very formidable ship. Although, you know what? If we were to open this design, and if we were to clear all turrets, yes, thank you, and if we were to instead add turrets on the forward superimposed, on the aft center line superimposed, and on the aft position as quadruple 15-inch guns, we'd be way over the weight limit, of course. There's no way we can actually increase the weight limit, but of course we could decrease all of the armor. But I don't think it's... well, maybe go down to standard speed. Let's not do that. You know, we have the Rhode Island, we pay for the construction costs, and we can run with that. So let's take the last turn. Algeria, I don't care. Flexing, finishing, California. That's nice to see. Let's see what we get in terms of battles. Here we go. Brits decline battle as usual. Convoy defense over here. They decline battle. Cruise action. They decline on Hawaii. Ooh, nope. So here we go. This is it. This is probably the fight against their battle cruiser. We do have the Jefferson and the Congress, two fine ships, 16-inch guns, 12-inch guns, in fight against one of their probably latest battle cruiser designs. But you know what? I'm gonna keep that for next episode. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.